Welcome to the first episode of the BP Learning BP Mindcast. So this is a new project that we're embarking on. My name is Jonathan Bartlett. I am the founder of BP Learning, and I've been wanting to do a project like this for a long time. I do a lot of formal and semi-formal writing. I write books. I write articles. I even write several formal papers. Uh, but I wanted to do something a little bit more informal, a little bit more chatty, um, for a variety of reasons. One of which is that I oftentimes the bigger projects take a lot of time to produce and to release, and there's a lot of interesting information that I really do want to share that I may not have time to put it into a fully formalized version. And so I wanted to create a space that I can do that. I also wanted to create a way to more regularly connect with everyone. Um, and then I also wanted to bring people into the wider world of what we're doing at BP Learning and what I'm doing in the various organizations that I'm involved with. So I'm not just involved in BP Learning. I do computer programming as a full-time job. I'm the director of the Blythe Institute, and then I'm also a fellow at the Walter Bradley Center for Natural and Artificial Intelligence. I'm a homeschool tutor for classical conversation, not a tutor, homeschool director for classical conversations, important distinction. Um, and so we do, I run the Challenge 4 program for uh, our local classical conversations. They wouldn't like me calling this, but it's a co-op or a community. Um, and Challenge 4 is basically the seniors of the group. Um, and I do a lot of miscellaneous stuff. I'm the I'm an associate editor on two different journals, and so I also write for a lot of different blogs. Mind Matters, Uncommon Dissent, um, the Skeptical Zone. I write for a number of different places, and so anyway, I just wanted to create a space both to allow people to get to know me better. Some people have trouble tracking what I'm doing because it's done across a lot of different platforms and a lot of different places. Um, Also, just to kind of bring it all together, have some informal chats about what's going on, and uh, and just have a more direct connection with the people that are interested in this kind of thing. So, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about all sorts of things. We're going to talk about one of my favorite topics is intelligent design. I love talking about intelligent design. I do a lot of independent research for the intelligent design movement. Um, I like talking about creation. We'll probably have a chat soon about how creation is different from intelligent design and how they're related to each other. I like talking about economics, markets. Um, I like talking about mathematics, science, technology. My day job is computer programming. I like electronics and Arduino. I actually have an electronics book coming out pretty soon. I'm pretty excited about. I like talking about politics and government and governance and homeschooling. So all these things might get my wife involved, and she likes literature. She's does a lot of training people in Latin, um, and anyway, so we cover a lot of bases. And so anyway, just I want to have a space for people who are interested in interesting concepts. And interesting concepts, full disclosure, I'm a conservative, and so most of my things are coming from a conservative perspective. Um, and so just to get a conservative perspective on a wide variety of issues. The other thing is, I get tired of podcasts that are driven by whatever the New York Times is writing or whatever whatever the front page of the paper says. I think that if we're responding to the events of the day, then we're still responding. We're not leading. And if we want to be in a position of leadership, we need to actually set the grounds for the conversation. And so it's not that I won't respond to what's going on in the world, it's that I won't let it set my primary focus. I'm going to focus on what I think the things that I think are interesting, the things that I think are important, and the things that I think are fun. And if that matches what's going on in society, then fine. But I'm not going to be run and driven by society, by what existing society thinks I should be. So anyway, this podcast aims at kind of giving. I hope to keep these short. That's actually one of my goals. Is I want to be able to have something that I can do to create something short that doesn't take a lot of my time or a lot of your time. That's easy to get into, that you can subscribe to and listen at your own time and your own pace. We're going to talk about some products. I'll be promoting some of BP Learning's products, and but that's because most of them were things that I wrote or someone I know wrote, and things that I'm definitely passionate about. So it's not just like me up, hey, do this because it's cool. If you're watching on video, you'll notice that I've got a fake background. And the reason for that is that I'm in my office, and my office is quite messy. So I'm doing this actually for your benefit, not for mine. You probably don't want to see my office, all the stuff that's behind me. So instead, you get this nice living room scene. So anyway, I don't have any direct content for this first one. As I said, I'm trying to keep these short and straightforward, just kind of little bits and bytes about things that I'm thinking about. So in commitment to that, I'm going to end this here, and just I hope that you come back and that you subscribe to this podcast and keep thinking. So thanks for joining me. I'm Jonathan Bartlett, and I'll see you next time.